Good morning. Hey, it's been a few days. This is your host, Jeff Ski Kinsey at Fast Charge Energy. Life is too short for slow charging. Hey, it is another great day in Northeast Ohio. It's supposed to hit into the 70s, I think, today. I don't see very many clouds in the sky, so it's a great start for a great day. So get out there and make something happen. And if I can help, reach out. Yes, by day, my day job, as I tell people, even though I'm retired, but you got to do something, I think. Okay, I think it's important to be doing something. And as Steve Jobs said, let's make a ding in the universe along the way. So that ding for me is in the EV charging space. So hopefully I am and will continue to make a difference. So if you got questions about EVs and EV charging, reach out. I'll include a link in the show notes how you can do that if you don't already know. Okay? And by the way, our podcasts, all our marketing efforts are powered by Rhino Island Media. So today, like every day, it's a great day for dream building. And what better way to dream build? Let's say you drive an ICE vehicle. That's what in the EV world we call an internal combustion engine car. Okay, you call it a car, we call it an ICE vehicle. Okay, because it runs on typically gasoline. So let's say you're sitting there in your ICE vehicle and you want to do some dream building. Well, take a free test ride in a Tesla. Reach out to them on Tesla.com, and somewhere on there there'll be a link, or at least there was last time I looked, to take a Tesla for a test ride. And here's the cool thing, really cool thing. They don't even have to be open, okay? What they do is they have cars on the lot, and there's a QR code at the windshield, and they send you a link and say, hey, at this time you've scheduled. And last I looked, I think it was an hour. They give you about 30 minutes to drive the car and about 30 minutes to stare at it, but I think it was an hour block of time. Okay, don't quote me on that. But you go to the dealership where they're located, you scan the QR code, and they link you up with it. They give you access via the Tesla app. They open the car up, and it's an amazing thing. So you're sitting in your ICE vehicle thinking about dream building. Well, the best way I've found is to actually get in a Tesla. Let's call the Tesla should have the moniker or the tagline, the dream machine. I'm sitting here in a Tesla Model X. Now, the one I normally been driving had an issue. Has 106,000 miles, and the battery pack became disconnected somehow. Okay? 106,000 miles. And so the good news is, under warranty, they're replacing the battery pack. Now, how cool is that? Okay? No cost. It's even better. And because it's going to take them a week to do that, I got a loaner. So the Model X I was driving is in the shop. They gave me a Model X loaner. I guess that's not always the case, but in my case it is. And I'm at the Fairlawn, or AKA Akron, Ohio, is the nearest dealership, Tesla service center for me. And so here I am sitting in an all-black Tesla with a black interior with the bigger wheels. And I got to say, the bigger wheels really look cool. I think they're 20-inch, but don't quote me on that. They really look cool, but there's less rubber, okay? They're a lower profile tire, and I don't know that. Of course, I've only driven it back from Fairlawn to New Philly. So, by the way, I'm going to go a little bit long. So, I don't know. One of the cool things is I got free supercharging with the loaner, so I'm going to take advantage of that over the next week. And I'll let you know what I think of the bigger tires. But I love this black interior. I knew I would. Of course, my brother Todd said, you got to love any car that's black. I mean, black is the color. And I've owned a number of black cars, as did he. White, I think we've owned or driven or leased or whatever, like 7 or 8 white cars. We don't even like them, but that's what was available. But here I am dream building. And so the image that you see on this podcast, while I'm sitting here at the supercharger, I pull up a map and say, okay, Hilton Head Island. What would it take to get there? And the great thing about this computer in the car is it will actually calculate that for you with the stops at superchargers along the way. Now here's a word to your mother. I am told that the Wytheville, Virginia, which I love the Waffle House in Wythe, Virginia. I met the short order cook there. I was just amazed. I was explaining this to my wife. I was on a road trip without her. And I said, this guy was amazing. I mean, he had all these meals going. He goes, that's what they do. That's what they do for a living. And I'm like, yeah, but I've never seen this level of proficiency in a short order cook like I did in Wytheville, Virginia. But anyhow, last time I heard, the Tesla supercharger is at a motel in Wythe, and people ice it. It's apparently in the wrong location, which means it's close to the door. That's not where you want your EV chargers. If you're a business, reach out. I'll help you with all that planning and site building and so forth. And so they get iced, and the hotel management is like, nothing we can do about it. So Tesla, you really need to investigate that and get that fixed. But again, I can get off topic. So anyhow, it says, I think I'll be in there around 6 p.m. Yeah, it was a little before 8 when I plugged in, and it was saying a little after 6 I'd get into Hilton Head Island with a number of stops along the way. Here's the thing that you may not know if you don't own or drive an EV on a regular basis. The longer you're plugged in, the slower it goes. Okay, it's like the faster you go, the behinder you get. Because as the battery heats up and fills up, the rate of charge slows down. It may or may not make sense to you, but it's a reality. And so the idea, first time I planned my first road trip from Charleston, South Carolina, back to Ohio in an EV, I thought, well, I can make this in two stops, cool beans. So I get to the first stop, and the battery charging is slowing down and slowing down. It's like I'm going to be here well over an hour. So I quickly learned that more stops, and of course, human nature says, human bodily function says 2 stops is really pushing it. So I think I ended up making 7 stops, but one stop I was only there for 10 minutes because that's all I needed to get to the next charger. So it's an art. And when you drive an EV, it's different than driving an ICE vehicle. But I could go on and on. Not going to do it. The cool thing is, take a test ride in a Tesla, take pictures of it, sit in the car, and just dream build. What if you owned a thing? I mean, that's the coolest thing. That's something that my dad taught me and other mentors over the years. Dream building is a necessary component of life. If you didn't know that, maybe your life isn't that exciting. I don't know. I'm not judging. I'm just saying almost everything I've put up on the wall and dreamt, I've made happen. Okay? Yeah. You put the dream up, then you go do the work. Les Brown says, how are you going to have a dream come true if you don't have a dream? If I can help advance your efforts, reach out. Text me at 330-992-4754. Remember, it's going to be a great day out there. Enjoy.